Hypertrollic.
Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel Hypertrollic. I'm Jim, and this time we're talking about Resident Evil. So you see, Resident Evil has 3 new projects underway besides the video game. 3 new shows just for you and me. For us. 3 new shows for everyone. A Resident Evil CGI, a Resident Evil boot, and a Resident Evil movie. 3 shows, not 1, not 2, but 3 projects are on the way. First, let's go with this. The Resident Evil Infinite Darkness, which is an animated series, and it's going to be on Netflix. An 8-episode series, and I think Chris Evans and Scarlett Johansson might do the voices for Leon Kennedy and Claire Redfield. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, Leon Kennedy and Claire Redfield will be the protagonists of this show. It might be nice. We're going to have to wait and see. We saw the nice zombie before, and here a boot and a vial, probably the T virus or G virus. I don't know which strain we are on anymore. Here's Claire again. Claire in front of house. Don't go into the house. Don't go into the house. It's got zombies. Here it is, Netflix original anime series. They call it an anime. A Netflix original anime series, Resident Evil Infinite Darkness. Netflix, coming 2021. Leon, Claire are there? Yeah, alright. What we can expect, I think they're going to be in order with the previous animated movies that have come out for the Resident Evil franchise. Kinda like them. They might have been a little over the top a couple of times in the fights or whatever, but I think the Resident Evil movie with Mila Jovovich might have had that effect with all this. Now, next thing. Johannes Roberts is going to direct a new movie, a new Resident Evil movie, a Resident Evil reboot. He already has a credit in his IMDb page that says Untitled Resident Evil Reboot, 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 Reboot. As you can see here, I zoomed in. Untitled Resident Evil Reboot, Reboot, Reboot. This guy has some scary movies in his bio. He's also the guy who directed Storas 24, which is actually the only movie I've seen from him, and I kind of liked it. It's a monster horror movie, and I think this guy might be the right guy to do an actual horror survival adaptation of Resident Evil. Not an action flick. Not an action flick that is also a power trip for someone. I don't know who. I don't know who. Mila Jovovich isn't happy about the Resident Evil reboot. If you know what I mean. Speaking to comicbook.com, here's what the actors had to say about the new Resident Evil reboot. They've announced a reboot. Okay, well, good luck with that. I think a lot of people with this franchise kind of put the cart before the horse. There's a danger to that. They've been wanting to reboot the Resident Evil for a long time. I wonder why. And listen, I love the Resident Evil world. I think it's a great property. I would do it if I was a producer. I think what made Resident Evil so special is that the people involved really loved what they were doing and were really fans of the game. I would suggest that you find people that have the same passion for the property before you talk about reboots. I think if you get into this kind of genre, people are very sensitive to fakes. Yeah. There are some real fans in the sci-fi action horror world, and they are not idiots. They can smell when something is done because people love it, and when something is done just to monetize the opportunity. Yeah. How did you find out about that? Do you have personal experience? Do you have personal experience with this? Really? What's with you suggesting to find people that have the same passion for the property? You think that there aren't any other fans of the Resident Evil franchise than the guys who helped make your movies? The world is filled with Resident Evil maniacs. Trust me, and they just increase as they find out about this zombie horror movie. And I have to admit, your movies helped. They were bad, but there was something when there was nothing. And maybe that is why they were successful. Anyway, let's go to our third thing over here. This movie is going to be produced by Constantin Films. The same production company that made the previous Resident Evil movies. You know which. Maybe that is what annoys Mila Jovovich more. Anyway, now the third thing. I told you there were 3 projects, okay? The third thing is a live-action Resident Evil series on Netflix. And it has been confirmed. Here from the NX Exorcist on Twitter. When the Wesker kids move to New Raccoon City, the secrets they uncover might just be the end of everything. Resident Evil, a new live-action series based on Capcom's legendary survival horror franchise, is coming to Netflix. The 8 one-hour episode seasons will be held by Andrew Dubbed Supernatural, Browan Hughes, The Walking Dead, and The Journey's Destination will direct the first 2 episodes. Now, I have to say, this sounds like an interesting combo, okay? The second guy made Zombie, the first guy made Supernatural, who he already knows about monsters and things like that. Which that makes him a good option for a Resident Evil adaptation, I think. But the second name, Bronwyn Hughes, is from The Walking Dead, and he knows his zombies. He was on The Walking Dead, right? So this might be a nice combo. We're going to have to wait and see what the result of their work will be. I also hear that this is going to be a more faithful adaptation of the Resident Evil games. So, what can I say? I don't know. They said the same thing about the Mila Jovovich movie. It's going to be a faithful adaptation, blah, blah. And then we had this Alice character, which was a power trip. Just a power trip for some people. Yeah. Anyway, that's all. 3 new shows, 3 new Resident Evil projects. Are you excited? Do you want to see them? I'm gonna post the link for the teaser below. You can check it out. I think you might like it. I think you might find it interesting. What do you think? Do you think that maybe some oversaturation is inevitable? We can never have enough Resident Evil. We could never have enough Star Wars, but look where we are now. Leave a comment below. Tell me about it. Tell me your opinion about the new 3 project. Which one are you most excited about? Or maybe all 3 of them. How do you feel about the new movie Reboots, which they said is going to be more close to the games? Yeah, we've heard that one before. How do you feel about the new movie Reboots? Are you excited that they're going to be a more faithful adaptation to the game? Or are you worried? Just leave your comment below. Subscribe, share, like. I am kind of excited. I want to see all 3 of them. Really, I just like Resident Evil, okay? It was my first experience on the PlayStation. I really love the Resident Evil franchise. I think it's one of the best zombie franchises out there. But, I don't know. The Hollywood movies were more like Hollywood action flicks than horror survival adaptations. I saw them, of course, because there was nothing else to see, and after a point I just wanted to see how they're going to end. And I have to say that the last one wasn't really... it wasn't great. You can check out the Resident Evil teaser. I'll put the link below. I post the link below. You can leave a comment. Tell me what you think, if you loved or hated this video. Tell me what I did wrong. You can press the like button, that helps me a lot, and subscribe, that helps me even more. And maybe share the video, you're helping me very, very much, and I very much appreciate it. And until the next video, goodbye. I'm Jim, and you were watching
Hypertrollic.